In today's video, we're taking a look at one of the worst rated holiday parks in the UK, without actually having to stay there. Winner winner, chicken dinner. We're booked onto the Holiday on the Buses filming locations tour at Pontins in Prestatyn. We've seen the other vlogs about this place, but it can't be that bad, can it? If you don't know us, I'm Rachel, and he's Wills, and we are Postcard and a Pint. Let's get this show on the road. So off we go with a spring in our step, determined to find the good in it. What time is it, Wills?
It's not even 8 o'clock yet on a Sunday morning, and we're off to Pontins.
Happy days. Now where is it, Rach? Oh, over there. Now you've read the reviews, are you prepared? Good girl. It was a pretty grim and foreboding kind of day, but there's got to be some positives to find, surely. Pontins, the party for kids, and back in the 60s and 70s, a popular holiday choice for families, and the filming location for the film Holiday on the Buses. Now, how's it going?
We're on the Pontins site. No one really knows what's going on for this event, but we've been let on to go and try and find them.
Well, it's very quiet and doesn't look that bad. Do you know what? With a bit of sunshine, this would be okay. Now, where's our guide? That'll be him. First stop, the swimming pool. Now, our guide is called Craig, and he's a Holiday on the Buses expert.
When you see Mavis, you just see the edge of this. You can see the tiles as well, by the way. I've pointed out they're exactly the same tiles. Cream and red tiling.
Are me and Will's experts? Not really. We watched it twice yesterday in the name of research.
So if you have a look, it'd be like from around about this angle.
We do love this era of British film history, though. Back in the day when you could crack a joke without the whole world getting offended. Ooh, sudden decline? Maybe it is. Craig?
Now, we can work out that strut there is this one. You see the little fitting on the wall? Yeah. It's still actually there. That's
How's the pool then, Rach?
To be fair, I've seen worse pool areas than this. There's a bit of sand in the bottom of the water, but it looks relatively clean. And I like it that it's just how it was. The flooring is all the same. It's kind of retro cool.
Retro cool. I'll go with that.
I think you do catch a glimpse of that door as he's coming up. But I think it's always been a fire. It makes sense it's a fire exit, isn't it? Someone, if you're over there, you're not going to leg it over here, are you? Yeah.
Okay, so maybe everyone else is a little bit more into the film than we are, but we're holding our own. Thoughts?
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's really cool.
I love the tiles.
Yeah.
Pool tour over, we're now left to our own devices for 45 minutes before the next part. Let's check out inside the main entertainment hub. The corridors are clean and well maintained. The main performance space is huge but very quiet, as it's only 9 AM. We look forward to checking out this space later when it's in use. Now, how is this positive review going?
We've not been over to the accommodation blocks yet, but what we've seen so far, it's retro. It's not nasty. It just feels really old. It's got kind of a charm about it. Certainly the public areas have so far.
Have all these other vloggers been wrong? Maybe our standards are not as high. Anyways.
It's got a pretty good looking arcade.
The 2 penny falls.
Don't know yet. No, it's rich people. 10p. Oh, here we go. Here we go. With 2p balls.
So far, so good, and I'll be back to play you later. What have you found now, Wills?
I thought that's at Silkcut with an alligator having a fag.
Lovely.
It's a pretty decent arcade, to be honest.
It is. Ooh, very retro. You buy your electric as you go here. And look at that. A menu as beige can be. That'll be popular when it's open later. Unlike any Postcard and a Pint video, it
Looks a bit like Christmas to me.
Of course it does. Now enough of Christmas, I'm starving because we got up at 6 AM. Ooh, yes please. Breakfast number 2 was on the cards. There was bacon and sausage, some eggs and various fried looking things. We got stuck in. Now, have you found everything you've needed so far, Rach?
I don't know if I've missed the orange juice. I found orange squash. Cheers!
Tasty.
So, a review of the breakfast. We went to the Beachcomber restaurant. You pay a fee, £9.50. I'm going to say now, my first negative, I did think it was a bit expensive. I'll tell you why. Cooked breakfast was nice. It was piping hot. Eggs a bit watery, no fresh juice, no fresh fruit, and coffee out of polystyrene cups. But you could eat all you can eat. You can have toast, stuff like that. First breakfast this morning, 6 a.m. Second breakfast, 9:30. Who knows when the third one will be?
Well, that's only a minor negative. We're still well on track for a positive review. The Queen Vic's seen better days. And that basketball hoop could do with a bit of repair. How's the one on the other side of the court? Non-existent. Anyway, it rains all the time in Prestatyn. Who wants to play basketball? Now, are we exploring the site, Craig? Oh, no, we're off to the beach. This will be brilliant later when it's open and in use. Bye for now, Pontins. We're off to Barkby Beach. This beach is a short 5-minute walk from the site. It's where they filmed some of the last scenes in the film, where Stan and Jack managed to get their bus stuck in the sand. It's a stunning beach. Now, where exactly did they beach the bus, Craig?
Yeah, it would have been just in front of us, around about here. Yeah.
That's great, and here's the shot from the film. Oh, hello, where's he off to now? Ah, the location of Stan and Jack returning to rescue the bus.
So there you can see the holiday camp right across there, you see?
Oh, near the chalets, yeah.
Yeah, that's all the chalets. You can see the hills in the background as well. Exactly there, you can tell it's exactly that fence, obviously.
He's a stickler for detail, is our Craig. Now, do you think we're pulling off this mega fan thing? Will's is. And Rach is recording the sea.
So how they filmed the scene with the bus lapping up around the upper deck, that was just a painting on a glass panel. They had a glass panel sitting here in front and they painted our upper deck of a bus there.
To be fair, it was a really good tour and we were having a great time. Now back to Pontins.
You can see the original colour of the gates, as I said yesterday. Underneath you can see the black paint peeled away and you've got the original grey.
And your best Blakey impression, Wills? And that, ladies and gents, is why he works in technical theatre. Moving on to the nurses' station. I tell you what, there's nothing that Craig doesn't know about this film. It's 10 a.m. now. Where is everyone and why aren't things open?
But you can see it and it's definitely that one because it's still got the grain cover next to it as well. Yeah. So that would be that there.
Now the cynical amongst you might think we've only booked this tour to review the site without actually having to stay here. You're absolutely right, but we're having a blast.
Is that an actual first aid room? Was it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was.
There is so much film history here.
Oh, so the window he climbs out of?
Yeah. So the camera's actually filming from down in this direction, looking up, because it's looking up sort of like from underneath.
Things are still looking pretty quiet. It certainly looked a lot busier in the film. Off to the accommodation. Ooh.
Here you can see they've just started planting the plant beds, and so that was right here.
That's a very large bush these days.
So they would have been just standing around about here. Obviously Henry McGee would have been standing just on the other side of the path here with Blakey next to him.
Okay, I'm getting a bit distracted now as this place is starting to look really sad and overrun by gulls. But they're still trying to have a good time. Go on, lads.
You can see the higher up windows as they walk past them, right there.
Yeah.
So there you can see the edge of that chalet block there and the windows. So I would say it's near enough right here. You can see two of the windows of the chalet block there, then you can see the flat side to a chalet block, and then you've got the main camp.
Since we weren't staying, Will stuck the camera through a few windows. It didn't look too bad.
This scene was shot in daylight. This is studio work that have dark over night time over day, which made it dusk. But you know, we've spoken to people who were watching. Even some little guy was up the steps with his drunk dad, and after the scene was finished.
And that Cockney geezer is Richard Coghill, who has organised today and is writing a book all about the film. He is also a lifelong fan. Go on, Craig, knock on the door.
Anyone remember the quotes from anyone?
I've been waiting hours.
Dad, I thought you were never coming. I've been waiting hours.
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Anyone else want to buy Pontins a few tins of paint and a new light fitting? One of the couples on the tour had been told that the park was full and there wasn't a chalet available for them. Every window we looked through, though, showed empty rooms. There was just no one about. And I'm sorry, Pontins, but 99% of the litter we've seen today is of your doing. Next location coming up, the old staff canteen, now a maintenance place, aka a dumping ground.
And Gary is an unsung hero across all these events. Certain things can't be done without him, and he's allowed it in the management. So can we give a quick round of applause for today?
Thank you very much. We've really enjoyed ourselves. This is the location of the scene where the crazy Italian chef Luigi tries to kill Stan for getting amorous with his sister. Yup, I still want to buy you some paint and an industrial-sized dustpan and brush. Just clean up. Right, now we're going inside to meet a celebrity guest, but first...
So this is, if you want to get a photo of yourselves near this or anything, this is the last port of call before we're going to head to go upstairs and have a drink and do the autograph sign.
Ah, they'd placed a toilet in a bush just for us, as a memento to the exploding toilet in the film. Let's follow Craig. Neither the roller disco or the laser zone were open. In fact, the laser zone is now used for meetings and events, like this one. We sat at the back in case we were outed because we don't know what's going on. We didn't have a clue, so we just sat and watched. Oh, that's the actress Maureen Sweeney who played Mavis. I do apologise, Miss Sweeney. We didn't recognise you with your clothes on. She was absolutely lovely and we enjoyed chatting to her. That's Cynthia Price. She's local to Prestatyn and was an extra in the film. You could buy photos of stills from the film and the ladies would sign them for you. Cynthia was donating all her money to the Ukrainian Relief Fund. We felt terrible that we had no cash. We donated when we got home. Quick group photo of our tour group, a visit to the loo, then we were free to wander for another hour. Crocs Adventureland was one of the few things that was open today, but it was full of kids, so we didn't film. We decided to head on over to the show lounge to see what was happening there.
We've got Morgan, should we bring out the next Blue Coat? Yes, okay, please, welcome to the stage, it's Blue Coat Frankie!
The Blue Coats do work hard. And this seemed to be the start of a game that would result in one of them getting gunged. We'll be back to check on your progress later, guys. Pontins makes me feel like, and Will's like, well, that. Oh, do stop clowning around, you two, and let's try out the pub.
We've just stopped in the Queen Victoria pub, a packet of crisps and a pint of shandy.
Shall we call that breakfast number 3 and be done with it then? Where is everyone? This is another entertainment venue linking the Queen Vic to the amusement arcade. We're not sure who plays in this one. What's that?
Look at that. Break chair to exit.
We headed back to the main stage to find that it was the how many Haribos you can fit in your mouth and still be able to say chubby dinosaur round.
24.
Fair play, love. It was almost time to start the interiors tour. This wouldn't take too long as most of the interior scenes were filmed at Elstree Studios. Now, I'm not saying it's rough here, but even the postbox is boarded up. We're trying Pontins, we really are. The Pontins version of Starbucks. Looks nice. It's closed.
The amusement arcade was here. You can see the front windows in the shot here. The reception used to be over this way around, so they've turned it like 90 degrees around. The reception area desk would have ran up the side wall there.
We then headed back to the main stage where the conclusion of Gunja Bluecoat was taking place.
3, 2, 1, guns! There we go, look at that!
In the film, this area is shown with everyone dancing and this huge wraparound bar open. Back then, people used to connect through dancing and face-to-face conversation for their entertainment. I wish we could travel back in time and experience one evening as it was in Holiday on the Buses. Maybe we're getting old, or just nostalgic. It certainly seemed simpler then. Then our tour was over.
Thank you for coming, yeah, I hope you enjoyed yourself. We may see you again somewhere, more than likely in London if we do a little walking tour or something, but, you know, like I say, follow the pages, you'll see updates.
We've certainly got new fans in us. Now it's time for our tour.
it really wouldn't take much time or effort to clear up stuff like that. And a skate park, the teens would love that. That would be busy, that would be banging. Sort it out.
These camps were always designed to be smaller and cheaper than Butlins, but to see what they have become is heartbreaking. The yellow boards denote standard class accommodation, and the blue club class. It all looks pretty desperate.
It might be club class. It looks like Alcatraz.
There are so many dreadful reviews online. This one sums it up perfectly. Pontins in Prestatyn, where dreams go to die.
I know the weather is appalling, but I don't think even the sunshine could cheer this place up.
It was such a shame, as the entertainment was good, and had everything been open, then...
Okay, seriously soaked now, but I'm just going to pull a comparison, and I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to do it, between the Haven site we went to a few weeks back when we turned over the caravan, and this site. There are skips everywhere on this site. The recycling rubbish bins are right next to the apartments, whereas on the other side they were put away, nicely cordoned off by wood. You went and you did your recycling, and they need to put more staff on here. Everything is shut. It's a horrible day, but it is the end of July. It is the school holidays. There's kids everywhere. Inside there's the show lounge open, but the milk bar's not open, the chocolate shop's not open, the sweet shop's not open.
The bar isn't open.
They just feel like they're lacking about 400 staff on this site. The go-karts aren't open. Yet sort it out. There is the bones of a really good holiday park here. It just needs some TLC and a load more staff. It's kind of sad in a way, actually, when you think of how it was in the days of on the buses. It was one of the best parks in North Wales. Sadly, it's not anymore.
Please do, as you're right next to a stunning beach, and this place could be amazing with some love, care, money and staff.
So we've had a great day. It's turned into a bit of a damp squib thanks to the weather. There's only one way to make this better. You know what it is? It's the 2p Falls!
That's right, let's rescue this with some 2p action. We ended the day on a high. Thanks, Pontins.
2p Falls done. I lost. We are both soaking now. It's time to go home, dry off. We'll see you there for a catch-up.
Do you know what? I'm cross.
Why?
I am really, really cross, because I wanted us to be the channel that went there and went, it's not that bad.
Oh.
And in a lot of places, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't, was it?
If the hub where the show lounge is and the restaurant is, that's
It's
not
all right,
bad
isn't
at
it?
all. It's quite clean. The shop is really well stocked. It would be better if, like, the roller disco was open.
And the laser thing wasn't a conference room.
Once you step outside, it's just neglect.
grim, innit?
It really is. And those chalets, God love them. It's brilliant for the likes of the tour, because it's still the same as it was, but they need pulling down.
They
Yeah.
do, but as we looked inside the windows, and the rooms weren't that bad, so if you just want a cheap night out, it's acceptable.
They are cheap holidays, but I just thought they look damp, they look cold.
Mm.
Probably didn't help the weather. But anyway, enough about that, the tour.
The tour was ace. I
Yeah.
loved it, to be honest.
Yeah. We weren't huge fans of the film. We love that era of British film, like the carry-ons and all that.
But we've since watched it about 5 times, haven't we?
And it's a funny film.
It is funny,
It
yeah.
got slated at the time, apparently,
Did it?
but it did. I think it got slated by critics.
Critics,
That one.
that's it.
But it did quite well in the box office at the cinema, and yeah, it was British seaside.
And it's sexist,
humour
and you can't get away with that
fun, and
anymore.
You can't do any of that anymore.
Oh, look at her!
But it was good fun, and man, he knew his stuff, didn't he?
Didn't he, good old Craig?
Good old Craig knows
Yeah.
everything
And
there
Rich
is.
was a good guy as well, wasn't he?
Richard was a great guy, and I believe his book is coming out.
I'm not sure.
Christmas, I think, this year.
I can't remember what he said.
Like that, but he has been like tracing all the people from the film, and he's found loads of
Yeah.
them.
I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, lots of people who worked there at the time. He knows so much.
There was a chap that we didn't feature in the video
yes.
called Larry, who
Yes.
was a chef.
He was a chef
at the time of the filming.
Yeah, so he was there all through the filming. He got filmed. He ended
You
up
just
on
saw the back of his head, apparently.
cutting room floor, apart from one scene. He says,
Yeah.
you see the back of his
Yeah.
head. But it was actually fascinating to talk to him, and he told me that back when there were more employees, and there should be more employees there was somebody's job just to cut the grass.
Oh, just to go and wash
just
the windows.
to clean
and-
the windows, and it was gleaming all
And they
the
were proud
time.
of
And
it.
they were proud of it. That's what's gone.
Yeah.
They're just not proud of it now, and it's so
It's a shame, because
sad.
it could be lovely.
Yeah, the
Just with a
bones-
damn good tidy up.
Yeah, the bones of it is there. It really is. There was like that dinosaur garden all overgrown.
Seagulls.
Those are the problems.
They've taken over, haven't they?
They have.
Those gulls are mad.
They are mad, and they need. I mean, just a few speakers playing frequency would sort them out, get rid of them.
Yeah.
But they've taken that as well. Anyway, let's wrap this up for now.
Okay.
If you'd like this video, hit the button.
Hit the button.
Leave
Hit
us a
the
comment.
subscribe to all of that.
Have you stayed there?
Oh yeah, tell us. Have you stayed
Would
there?
you stay there? Yeah. We thankfully didn't have to stay there.
Hey, come on.
We lived quite close.
We're positive pants.
We are
remember.
positive pants. So yeah.
Guess that's
drop us
it.
a comment. That's it. And as we say in Postcard and a Pint.
Cheers to the good times. What you call a man with a bus on his head?
I don't know.
Dead.
Oh.